Scooby Doo Spooky Coaster has finally reopened at Movie World and has received mixed reviews, with some loving this new implementation of the classic coaster, and others are disappointed at the result of nearly 3 years of waiting. Based on my own rides during the soft opening, my thoughts are also mixed, with some positives and also sadly some negatives, with a large one being a massive change to the disco roller coaster room, which is now literally just a pitch black room with no lighting or effects whatsoever. I wish I was joking. I originally assumed this was a little glitch or something due to the nature of soft openings, but no, apparently it's intended.
The high zone will return with high-speed turns in pitch black darkness.
This is a pretty awful decision in my opinion. The disco room is called that for a reason, you know. Ever since the ride opened back in 2002, this was a fantastic and iconic part of the coaster, being filled with lights and other effects, giving it a really fun and unforgettable atmospheric vibe. Even in the infamous Next Generation, it still looked fantastic, but now it's a black box. Like, what the heck, is this a joke? Why remove all that? There's a lot of indoor roller coasters out there, and all the best ones have something in common. They're not pitch black. Space Mountain, there's stars. Rock and Roller Coaster, props and lighting. The Mummy, props and lighting. You see what I mean? Even the Dark Knight rides, which are also Mark Wildmouse coasters like Scooby, aren't pitch black. There's a pattern here. These indoor dark coasters aren't, black boxes. They're themed experiences, giving unique visual sensations that you can't find on most coasters. They often have audio too, to make up for the lack of visuals, and Scooby was originally no different, as the disco room was well known for blasting the iconic Scooby-Doo rock theme from the 2002 film. But now that's also significantly quieter for some reason, which in my opinion also detracts from the experience. Not sure why they changed that. Scooby was even designed specifically with that expected indoor coaster experience in mind. They weren't like, let's spend millions on a Scooby Doo coaster, build a huge show building, but have the entire coaster section in pitch black darkness with almost no audio. The kids will love that. No, they followed what the best roller coasters did and made a well-balanced experience that was genuinely world class. So what the heck happened? Was this a creative choice, a budgetary decision, a safety issue? Were the old lighting effects becoming unruly or something? I'm not exactly sure, but either way, in my opinion, this new version of the disco room, can we even call it that now, is a massive stain on the ride's legacy, and honestly significantly lowers its standing for me, placing it close to Next Generation. Not on the same level thankfully, but much closer than I thought it would be, which in of itself is pretty shocking. So yeah, I'm not very pleased with this, as you can probably tell. I can't see it staying like this for long, as honestly, no offense to anyone at Movie World, but to me this change gives an impression of both cheapness and ineptness. A once iconic part of Scooby-Doo, one of Australia's most beloved rides, now feels like a ride in like a fair or a cheap amusement park or something, and to me that's a huge shame. Hopefully this can be addressed in the future. Surely adding in a few lights and lasers isn't that hard, right? Maybe bump up the audio a bit? They won't hear it in Wizard of Oz land next door if that's the reason, and as we all know, that land isn't exactly known for its immersion anyway. Anyhow, apologies for the ranty moany video, but I wanted to get my thoughts out there, especially when the ride is in its early stages and perhaps has a better chance of changing for the better. As someone passionate about both the ride and the park itself, I thought it important to get my opinion out there. I do have faith in Movie World, as I know there are a lot of passionate people who still work there, so hopefully this is something that can be worked on to benefit everyone involved. Scooby deserves it, and so do we, the paying customers. Subscribe. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree? I'd love to know your thoughts. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed it, or a dislike if you didn't. The feedback is important. Did I mention to subscribe? Anyhow, a big thank you to my YouTube members, the Ogre Bros and the Ogre Sisters, for your kind support. It genuinely means so much, and it does help pay the Ogre bills, so thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Please consider watching another of my videos. I'll be sure to see you there. Have a great rest of your day. Ogre out!